my blood too. I'm ready to smell fear. Smell a lot. My competitors flex here. They smelled I was hot. I want it all. Excess, the sex, much success. Stress sucks. I want it all, no less. Come on. Breaking out, breaking down, break the rules, break the ground, pack your dead. Now it's gone. A new day, a new
What up? It's your boy T-Bear here on Reaction. Today's Royal Rumble Reaction Part 2. Hopefully I get this out before Royal Rumble start. But anyway, if not, at least get Part 1 and the rest will be during. So anyway, we'll continue with Polano production with who should win the Royal, with his position who should win the Royal Rumble. So without further ado, let's check out his picks of who should win the Royal Rumble. A lot, we heard some predictions from the Hall of Fame legends and everything. Some includes Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins as well too, and fans has also included these two along with Sami Zayn and others that include The Rock, and including himself. Polano has included The Rock, but let's just see who he thinks as far as the winners. And as far as the women, a lot predicted either Rhea Ripley or Bayley, but who knows? And he also added Naomi. But anyway, let's see what Polano production predict as the potential winner. Let's get it. Who should win it? Let's get it. Who should, and then next we have who could. So this is what. So this one I'm gonna do.
The Royal Rumble is coming up.
So this one be the
since Roman Reigns
I'm trying to stop it. So this one I'm gonna do all in one video. I'm gonna do who should win and then who could win. So we want to say should and could. So let's get it.
The Royal Rumble is coming up very soon, and since Roman Reigns is the undisputed WWE champion, there's really only two people who could realistically win the Royal Rumble match. It's either going to be Cody Rhodes or The Rock. In today's video, I'm going to answer the tough question on who should win. But before we do get onto the video, though, let's talk about the sponsor of this video, Raid Shadow Legends.
All right, hold up. I much love to show love for the sponsors. I'm on to moving forward because we have a little press on two and putting two videos in one. So sorry, Polano. Sorry, Polano.
All right, let's get back to the question: who should win the Royal Rumble to face Roman Reigns in the main event of WrestleMania 39? Should it be Cody Rhodes, the man who's on a mission to win that title that his father could never win in honor of Dusty Rhodes? Or is it going to be The Rock, who's witnessing his cousin tarnish his family's legacy?
Yes.
It's such a hard question to answer because I want to see both matches, to be honest with you. As a huge wrestling fan, Cody Rhodes winning is ideal. The match,
like a lot of people were thinking they should each battle for each belt though. Split the belts finally.
Probably be better. The moment would be big for Cody's future and the future of WWE, and it would honestly just feel so good because Cody Rhodes is great at telling a story, especially when it involves family. On the other hand, the business part of my brain is telling me that it has to be The Rock because it's The Rock, and that is a box office match. The Rock versus Roman Reigns would draw so many viewers. The stadium's already sold out because there are so many people expecting to see the most electrifying man at WrestleMania. With that,
either way, if he does have any kind of any influence against the bloodline, I can't wait till he come in and start cutting their asses with the promos and the insults. I just can't wait to hear his nickname for. Because we already still hanging on Tribal Creep right now because of Drew, because nobody else has made a nickname from while Cena haven't either. But I can't wait for The Rock's official nickname for the Tribal Creep. But anyway, that might surpass the Tribal Creep insult, so I can use it. So anyway, keep going.
Being said, I think if Roman Reigns is still holding on to both titles, then The Rock should win the Royal Rumble to have that match with his cousin. We can always then just extend that title reign to SummerSlam, where Cody Rhodes can have his match against Roman Reigns. It would piss off people who are already.
Please don't. It's already, and that's another reason I'm not doing the groups now. We got assholes in the group, that Java tier group, that fucking dollar dickhead, talking about. So you'd love to see that happen. So please love to see people pissed though. Why are there people who love to see other people pissed? That is just the worst toxic behavior and mindset ever, though, man. For real.
Sick of his title reign, but those people can just wait for another 4 months. It doesn't really matter. It's Roman Reigns, and he's on a historic run. If anything, let's just add 4 months to that. Well, with all that being said, I still think I have a perfect idea to give the fans exactly what we want, and let me explain.
Like, please don't. It's long. That channel holds long overdue. The storyline is getting a little better because of Sammy and KO, but it is getting but the whole bloodline thing is getting hella stale right now. Don't stand up past WrestleMania, please. Leave, if anything, drop at least one belt if you're gonna do that at least.
I would book this year's Royal Rumble as well as WrestleMania.
Because if you do that, it's gonna be worse. It'd be worse than the whole Brock Lesnar belt hostage situation. It'd be way worse than that.
Main events. As we know, Roman Reigns is the undisputed champion holding both belts. I would immediately get rid of that. It's cool to see him hold both titles, but it's unnecessary.
Yes,
have Adam Pearce interrupt a Bloodline promo. When he comes out, he tells Roman Reigns that the USA Network wants him to defend the WWE Championship on Raw that night, and that is when Roman Reigns will just laugh in Pearce's face. He'll be like, what are you talking about? And then Adam will then say, if he doesn't defend the championship on that night, he's going to strip him of that belt. When he says this, it just pisses off Roman Reigns enough to the point where he obliterates this man. The Bloodline will then assault this man as well, all of them just stomping down on him. Because of these actions by the group, Adam Pearce officially strips him of the belt and announces that the Royal Rumble will not be for a title opportunity at WrestleMania. Instead, the winner becomes the WWE Champion. This means Cody Rhodes.
Unfortunately, this is previous, so this ain't. So it looks like that's not gonna happen. That would have been awesome.
Enter the Royal Rumble at number 1. He's absolutely putting on one hell of a performance at this Royal Rumble, and after around 8 eliminations, it appears that we're going to see Cody become the WWE Champion ahead of WrestleMania. That is until we see the number 30 entrant, and it's Seth freaking Rollins, and he is here to finally get that win over Cody Rhodes. After a tough hour, Cody Rhodes has been battling in that ring. Seth Rollins will take advantage of his spot and his health, winning the Royal Rumble and eliminating the last person in the ring, which is his rival Cody Rhodes. Therefore, Cody does not win the Royal Rumble, nor does The Rock, but instead Seth Rollins does, becoming the WWE Champion in the process, as well as turning heel again. There's just something about Cody Rhodes that just brings out the worst in Seth Rollins, which is why he turns heel. He's got that trauma associated with Cody Rhodes.
And we so getting used to his face run, man. Because I've been wondering about that, how this is going to correlate between them two, with both of them being face now. Will Seth turn back heel, or they gonna unfortunately turn Cody heel? I hope not. I'd rather Cody be the baby face, but unfortunately the sacrifice is we gotta the face fan can't have Shay freaking around. Face fan like myself can't have Seth freaking around. They gotta go back to the heel fans again.
If you recall, when asked about wrestling Rollins ever again, Cody answered saying he wouldn't, and his goal is to become the WWE Champion. Well, this gives him a reason to battle it out one more time with his former foe. As for The Rock, he doesn't even need the Royal Rumble victory. He can show up after Roman's match against Kevin Owens, and after Reigns defeats KO, he continues to beat him down, because why not? This is when Sami Zayn tries to get them to stop, but that is when the Bloodline will turn on Sami Zayn as well. While the Bloodline beats up Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, that is when The Rock's music hits and he comes to their aid.
That will be awesome.
Once his music hits, the entire faction just stops and they stare. And the Royal Rumble closes with a face-off between Roman Reigns and The Rock.
That'd be awesome.
And now the first night of WrestleMania 39 will feature the main event between Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship. And the second night would be The Rock versus Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship. This is how WWE should book the road to WrestleMania. At least that's what I would do if I booked things. And I think this is legitimately the best thing that the WWE could do if they really wanted to be unique and give us 2 great main events, because it does so much. Like, for instance, you have Seth Rollins, who finally gets a WWE Championship run. He has not held the World Championship in so goddamn long. I think it's time to give him one more reign, even if it only lasts around 3 or 4 months. I'm fine with that. He also gets a main event match, which is something that he wants. Then you get Cody Rhodes finishing that feud with Seth Rollins, which makes a lot of sense because Seth Rollins beat the crap out of him before he left for surgery. He trolled him on the Raw after Hell in a Cell and beat the crap out out of him once again. So this completes that storyline, and we won't ever have to see that again. And then you also have The Rock and Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship. You have 2 big main event matches, 2 box office matches, one that the hardcore wrestling fans would love, as well as the other one that would be big for the box office.
All right, cool. Now we want to get into what should be, who could win. We talk about who should. Now we get to know who could, with 7 wrestlers who could win the Royal Rumble. Let's get it.
The Royal Rumble takes place in a few days, and let's talk about 7 people who could win the Royal Rumble
before
and earn an opportunity to main event WrestleMania 39.
Change the quality real quick because it's freezing up. Brock, oh God.
Okay, I'm gonna go on record and say I don't want Brock Lesnar to win another Royal Rumble, but I'm not ruling it out because Vince McMahon is back in charge, and the amount of times that we've seen Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar is actually insane, and I wouldn't be surprised if Vince McMahon actually wants to book it one more time. I understand that Triple H is still the head of creative, but that could honestly change right now at this very moment. And if it does, McMahon could cook up another Lesnar and Reigns match at WrestleMania, which would suck for all the wrestling fans because we've seen it way too many times. I don't ever want to see those two guys
like
wrestle
see this,
again.
but
of course that does not seem like the plans because it appears that Brock
what he
Lesnar
did
is
lastly,
revisiting his.
like I said before, they better not villainize Lashley over this, man. Make Lesnar the heel all this between him and Lashley, please do. Do not villainize Lashley, man. Don't put me in another dilemma already, like you already did with Hurt Business, not ever making them a face or anti-face or tweener, which they should have made a tweeter after the Retribution run-in, but that's near here or there. That's a pass. A dark pass that almost made me quit being a wrestling fan, half because the groups I was in, which I used to be in, giving me shit for it because they was all about everybody black. I get that, but don't villainize folks for not rooting for the villain. That's really a pet peeve of mine right there.
Feud with Bobby Lashley after last night's episode of Raw, but you never know. But for now, we are good, but I'll still keep the Beast on this list just in case.
Yep. For the women.
We haven't seen Naomi in the WWE since she left with Sasha Banks last year after feeling like the company did not respect her, Sasha, and the tag team championships. Sasha Banks officially made her debut in New Japan at Wrestle Kingdom as Mercedes Money. Ever since that, there have been rumors flying around stating that Naomi could potentially return to WWE, and I can totally see it. It's been too long, and I'm sure the WWE would welcome her with open arms. At least Triple H. I'm not entirely sure how Vince McMahon would feel about the situation because he's now at the top of the mountain. However, he's gotten over much worse things in the past, like reconnecting with Bret Hart or the Ultimate Warrior. I also feel like McMahon's got more beef with Sasha Banks anyways. So regardless, if Naomi does return, she could see a huge victory at the Royal Rumble to lock in a WrestleMania SmackDown Women's title match against Charlotte Flair. I've been adamant about this feud. I think that it could be a lot of fun. The two ladies have had good matches in the past. They clearly have chemistry, so I think it's a good idea to run it back, especially with each woman being in such a different point of their career. I feel like it'll add some new spice to the story. I also think that this would be the perfect way to introduce her to the bloodline. She is married to Jimmy Uso, so it would work. The only problem is I don't know how long that faction will last, because if Roman Reigns loses his belts at WrestleMania, what will happen to the group? So the ship might have sailed, or maybe Naomi can take over as the leader while Roman Reigns will most likely take time off to mentally deal with this loss and, basically get a break from the WWE when he does lose those championships. Now that is something that could be interesting.
Yep, Seth again.
I've been pushing the agenda of wanting Seth Rollins to dethrone Roman Reigns because I believe they have the richest history out of anybody in the WWE right now that is an active wrestler. The story between Rollins and Reigns could be cinematic if it's done
This time won't be heel versus heel, be a face Rollins versus a heel Tribal Queef, man. Then the crowd be high, won't be no dilemma, confliction, and confusion for so much fans like myself.
Really. with all the years they spent together, whether as a part of the Shield or fighting against each other. They've been through it all like you and your ex. And so while Seth Rollins winning the Royal Rumble would come as a shocker, I would kind of love to see it happen. I also feel like Rollins has never been that #1 guy because he's always been in the shadow of Roman Reigns, and this could be the moment where all of that changes. A win over the Tribal Chief would make Seth Rollins the biggest star in the wrestling world. The crowd already loves him. He puts on bangers after bangers. He's been doing that for the last few years. The man has been carrying the company alongside Roman Reigns for some time now, so it might be time to make this happen. The odds of this one happening, though, are greater than Brock Lesnar, but they're still very low. With that being said, I'd still be excited to see him win if that does happen.
Yeah, that means something I heard for the women's.
The only other woman that should win the Royal Rumble aside from Naomi is Rhea Ripley. The Judgment Day has been entertaining throughout the last 6 months under the leadership of
for the heel fans, not for the face fans.
Balor. However, I feel like Rhea Ripley has been secretly the most valuable player, really taking the group to the next level. And it's time that she wins the Raw Women's Championship. I think she should win the Royal Rumble and then enter a feud with Bianca Belair over that belt. And at WrestleMania 39, she should be the one to finally beat Bianca Belair. If you remember, Bianca has held on to that title since WrestleMania 38 when she defeated Becky Lynch, and the reign has been a lot of fun, but all good things must come to an end, and in this case, it's time for her to drop that championship to Rhea Ripley. I think that the feud will be fire, and the match could even steal the show at one of the nights during WrestleMania weekend. I really do believe that, because if you go back and look at their NXT matches, they were really good stuff.
Yup, a lot of people want this.
The Bloodline storyline with Sami Zayn has truly become the most entertaining thing about wrestling in the last year. The WWE has been consistently producing Oscar-worthy segments and matches for the better half of the last year when Sami Zayn and Roman Reigns were involved. The Tribal Court from last night's episode of Raw is a perfect example. I think it was a great segment, and I was literally glued to the screen for the entire 30 minutes. I haven't seen someone this over since Daniel Bryan in 2014 during the Yes Movement, so Sami Zayn actually has a really good chance at winning the Royal Rumble to challenge and dethrone Roman Reigns for the undisputed championship. And I think I'm warming up to the idea. I think it would generate one of the best reactions in wrestling. It would be one hell of a story, and it's not a bad idea at all. I'd be happy to see it happen at this point. Sami Zayn winning would truly be the biggest underdog story, and overcoming the Bloodline can inspire a generation of kids, so I'm all for it.
Cody Rhodes, of course, and probably Rock again, #1.
When Cody Rhodes returned to WWE at WrestleMania 38, people expected him to climb the ladder of success and eventually become the WWE champion. He was probably going to win the Money in the Bank before he suffered from his torn pec injury. But that injury did get in his way, and he's been out of action for some time now. However, he's now fully healthy and has announced that he will enter the Royal Rumble. There's a lot of speculation going around saying that he's going to be the winner of the Rumble and he will be the one to dethrone Roman Reigns for his family, and I think that is a great choice. The story with Cody coming back to win the title for his family while taking down this toxic bloodline would be a sweet moment. I also believe that Rhodes has all the right tools to become WWE's next big star. He's great with storytelling, he's a great performer in the ring, he's got the look, and he's got all the support from the WWE Universe. It seems like all the stars are aligned, and I'm not talking about Stardust.
Of course, #1 Rock. You still got
The
Rock
last
#1.
person on this list is none other than Dwayne Johnson. The Rock versus Roman Reigns has been a match that WWE wanted to see since WrestleMania 37. That's when WrestleMania was supposed to be in Hollywood originally. Then the pandemic happened and it ruined all those plans. And then The Rock got busy and couldn't make WrestleMania 38. And now they're back in Hollywood, and it's now or never. If The Rock does not show up at the Royal Rumble to return this Saturday, then it's never going to happen. But that's what makes me think that this is going to happen, because I feel like The Rock wants to end his career on a high note, not with an impromptu match against Eric Rowan that lasted 7 seconds at WrestleMania 34. With that being said, I think he's showing up, and I think he's winning the Rumble match, and I think the WWE has been trying to keep this a secret. They're trying to throw us off, but it's going to happen. We are finally going to get The Rock and Roman Reigns in a match, and that story is going to most likely start this weekend. Anyways, that is it for the video, guys. Let me know who you think is going to win the.
All right, cool. There you have it. So now we have the could and would. the should and coulds of who winning the Royal Rumble. So other than that, if you like my reaction, like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel. South the Plano. It's your boy T-Bear signing off. One love.